This is Larry Henares making your day with another O. Henry story. This time, The Gift of the Magi, Part 1. Probably the best-known story of O. Henry, master of the surprise ending, is The Gift of the Magi in his book, The 4 Million, Stories of New York, which then had a population of 4 million people. It is, in my opinion, one of the best Christmas stories ever written. And with the indulgence of the reader this Christmas Day, and for the delight of those who never read O. Henry, I will retell the story. It is a story of a young couple, Jim and Della, poor as poor can be, and very much in love. They had 2 possessions of which they were mighty proud. Jim's gold watch, which he inherited from his father and grandfather, and Della's beautiful hair, which fell to her knees, rippling and cascading like a cascade of brown waters. Their life was full of sobs, sniffles, and smiles. But this time the sobs predominated, because Della, after months of saving pennies, only had $1.87 with which to buy Jim a present. And the next day was already Christmas Day. Della stood still for a minute while a tear or two splashed on the worn carpet. Then, with a whirl of her skirt and sparkle in her eyes, she fluttered out of the door into the street, where she stopped at a street sign, Madame Sofroni, hair goods of all kinds. More about this after these messages. This is Larry Henares making your day with part 1 of one of O. Henry's tales, The Gift of the Magi. And we continue to quote. "Will you buy my hair?" asked Della. And the madame said, "We will buy. Let's see it." Down rippled the brown cascade. $20, said the madame. And Della answered, "Give it to me quick." For 2 hours, Della floated in rosy wings, ransacking the stores for Jim's present till at last she found it. Made for Jim and no one else. A platinum watch chain for Jim's pocket gold watch. Wristwatches were not yet available then. The platinum chain was not too ornamental, proclaiming its value by the substance alone. Just like Jim, quiet and precious. She paid $21 for it and hurried home with 87 cents. At home, intoxication gave way to anxiety. She took out her curling irons and repaired the damage done by generosity added to love, till her head was covered with tiny close-cropped curls. She had a habit of saying little silent prayers about the simplest, everyday things. And when the door opened, she whispered, "Please, God, let him think I'm still pretty." Jim stepped inside the door, his eyes fixed on Della. There was an expression on his face that she could not read, and it terrified her. It was not anger, nor surprise, nor disapproval, nor horror, nor any of the sentiments she had been prepared for. More tomorrow, my dear friends. This is Larry Henares making your day, saying good day, God bless you. Thank you very much for being with us. Till next time, hasta la bye-bye.